What's up, guys? This punk guy here. Thanks for joining me on my review channel. I really do appreciate it when you guys come and visit me. We got a cool review today, but before we get into the review, I just want to plug my Instagram at this punk guy. If you're not following me there, you guys should go follow me. You guys will be able to see which reviews I'm thinking of doing next, and I'll have different polls and stuff like that, and the different art projects I'm always working on. Today we're doing Strung Out's 9th full-length album, Songs of Armor and Devotion. Let's get into it. Check it out. Here's the album cover. And here's the back, a photo of them. You know, I really do like this album cover because it is an actual painting painted by Jason Cruz himself. And I'll put a picture somewhere in here. But there's an actual picture of him showing the painting off, which is really cool. What I really like about it, too, is you can actually see the canvas texture to know that it's an actual painting. So this is Strung Out's 9th full-length album, released on Fat Records, of course. Their last full-length album came out in 2015, Transmission Delta Alpha, but that's not excluding if you count the acoustic EP that came out in 2018, Black Out the Sky, which I have a card in here if you want to check out that review as well. So this album is very reminiscent of their older stuff. They have tracks on here that definitely sound like they could have been on Twisted by Design. And I feel that throughout the years, Strung Out has gotten a lot darker, and this album kind of brings back that fun, lighter sound of the old Strung Out. So this is the first full-length album that RJ gets to play drums on, not counting Black Out the Sky EP, which is more of an acoustic album. But he takes over the reins for Jordan Burns, which was kind of a hard hit for everyone that is a longtime Strung Out fan because everyone loves Jordan's drumming. But I gotta tell you what, RJ really nails it on here. He really has the chops for it. He definitely has a proficiency for it and kind of just brings a new energy to the band. What else can you not say about the masterpiece guitar work in this album? Jake and Rob just really nail it. They're phenomenal guitar players. Really just masters of their axes for sure. And what other band does guitar sweeps in their albums? I mean, I don't know any other band. It's just phenomenal, just face melting. They crush it on this album like always. So this album has been out for over a week, and a few of the critiques I've been hearing is Jason Cruz's voice, the lead singer. They're saying his voice isn't as aggressive as their older stuff. It's a lot more smoother. And I gotta tell you what, I actually appreciate that. I like his more melodic sound. It works for me. It works on this album. But one of the critiques I have for Jason Cruz is I definitely don't find him to be the strongest songwriter. I'm not saying he's a bad songwriter. I just personally don't care for the way he writes his songs. I don't think he has enough hooks in his songs, especially in this album. I think that his songs are a bit esoteric and long-winded, or maybe that's just me. That's just my opinion. They're just going over my head, but that's the way I feel. Let's get into some of the tracks. And the first track I want to talk about is White Chicks, which is hands down my favorite track on the album. It sounds like something that came off of Twisted by Design for sure. It's got a really great, amazing, hooky guitar riff that just gets you nodding your head right from the beginning. And this is one of the few tracks that actually has a catchy hook, which you can start singing to along with immediately. And the rhythm change at the bridge is something I really like. It's something really unique that I've never heard Strung Out do before. Really fantastic job. And RJ coming in with that double kick bass drum, really holding it down. Now, Rebel and Saints is the opening track off this album. And I really like it because it really leads you in with that feel of you're getting old Strung Out. I really do like how it starts off with the really creamy bass riff that leads into the dueling guitar leads that goes right into Jason's smooth voice that's just kind of angelic. And this for sure is a track that they're definitely going to be incorporating into their set list, so I'm very excited about that. As a reviewer, I have to be honest. Not every song is a grand slam out of the park on here. There are some kind of ho-hum, average, passable songs. But also at the same time, there are bits and pieces to take away that are really great off of every song on here. Songs like Demon and Hammer On definitely have some fucking gnarly guitar, face-melting guitar riffs, and the track Momentum has my favorite guitar solo on the album. So in conclusion, like I said, I think Jason's lyrics are a little bit weak. I don't think there's enough hooks in the songs, but I definitely like the way his voice sounds for sure. But at the same time, I also think that most people listen to Strung Out for their musicianship and not their lyrical content. So this album brings back a lot of nostalgia of what the old Strung Out hardcore fans have been wanting, that old 90s sound. But at the same time, they incorporate and evolve into their new sound, which is a lot darker and heavier. So I'm going to go ahead and give this album 4 out of 5 stars. I definitely think there's a lot more memorable tracks on here than there were on their last album, Transmission Delta Alpha. I hadn't heard that album in a couple of years, so when I went back and re-listened to it, it was like hearing it for the first time because the songs weren't memorable. They're good, but they're just not memorable, and I definitely think they're going to put more songs on here on their set list than they will their last album. I think they only play one song off that album whenever I see them. So this is definitely one of the more likable albums in recent years of Strung Out. Not saying that they ever put out a bad album, but just definitely one that I think is going to bring back people that haven't been listening to them for a long time, can bring them back into the fold, say, hey, here's a new Strung Out album, check it out. And also for a long time hardcore fans that have always listened and liked everything, they're going to like this one even more because it reminds them of the nostalgia feel of why they fell in love with Strung Out to begin with. So that's it for this review, guys. I'm about to get out of here. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Let me know what was your favorite track off this album. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Leave a comment. Let's start a dialogue. And until then, guys, I'll see you at a show!
So I hope you guys really do appreciate my take on this album. It's very unique, very different. I think I have maybe a different viewpoint than a lot of other people about this album. But if you like this review, check out my other review. I have a playlist of all my previous albums I did. And until then, I'll see you in the next review, guys.